High street ahead, got me head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Hi, I'm Jay Fallon. Thank you for listening to The Slippery Slope. So, if you've been following the news about Australia recently, whether you're in Australia or overseas, you've got to wonder which direction is Australia going? I just finished an episode about choices, about making the right choice, you know, choose life, how we can make bad choices in our life and they lead us down a dark path. As I said, I've made choices in my life which almost were the death of me. Could have, but for the grace of God, I believe, led to my demise easily. But I look at some of the things that Australia have done recently, and I sit there thinking, mate, where are we going? What are we doing? Just go through a couple of headlines quickly. Check this one out. Israel expresses outrage at Australia's decision to deny a visa to its former Justice Minister, Ayelet Shaked. Sorry if I've just butchered your name there, lady. But yeah, so in short, the Israeli government has expressed outrage at Australia's decision to deny a visa to Israel's former Justice Minister, Ayelet Shaked. Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke's office confirmed her visa application had been rejected without specifying why. The thing that amazes me with this outcome, with this decision, is that we seem to have no problem at all letting in people who are supporters of the Palestinian movement, who, we've got them in our own parliament for crying out loud, stand up there and say we need a two-state solution, and damned be to Israel for not. Well, they accuse Israel of genocide. They accuse Israel of what was it, apartheid, being an apartheid system, having an apartheid system, which is well, it's very disingenuous, especially when you look at the fact that a two-state solution was agreed to in the past, and I don't think that a two-state solution is right, but it was agreed to in the past. And the people who have constantly rejected the two-state solution are the Palestinian people, whoever's in charge at that time. They are the ones that reject the two-state solution, and their very motive that they live by is from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And if you take them at their word, the only way you can have from the river to the sea is have the annihilation, the desolation, the complete wiping out of the Jewish nation. That's the only way you can have this from the river to the sea that they all talk about. So, but it makes me wonder where Australia's going, where we would side, where we'd go. Not that you have to support everything Israel. I think not that I don't believe that Israel does everything. Everything they do is absolutely right. But it just seems like we are really starting to turn against Israel. And this next headline that came up a few days ago as well, the UN resolution on Palestinian sovereignty, Australia's vote and what it means. So, Australia has backed a United Nations resolution to recognize the permanent sovereignty of Palestinians. Australia has abstained or voted against the resolution for over 20 years. So, key Labor ministers have said the vote was an important step towards a two-state solution, adding the best way to move forward was with like-minded countries. Very interesting. But the opposition and Jewish groups have condemned the action, saying it puts Australia's relationship with the United States and Israel at risk. So, and which I would agree with. And why are we suddenly making these decisions? Why is this the route that Australia's politicians have decided, well, this is where we want to go? I think it's a bad decision to turn your back on Israel. I think that Israel, and I know a lot of people are going to, because you always do it, are going to go off at me in the comments or write messages or email me something about how I'm wrong. I'm obviously wrong, but I think that the nation of Israel are actually still the descendants of uh, the original Israelites. This has been prophesied, has been prophesied in the Bible, that this is just the returning of the people of Israel, the Jewish race, as has been prophesied would happen. And we've seen it fulfilled. We've seen the start of that fulfillment when the nation was reformed in 1948. Okay. So it seems to me that as a nation, at least our political leaders have decided, no, we're going to really set ourselves against Israel. And I think we're setting ourselves against God in the long run. But there's other things in this world we've decided we're really going to support this. This is what Australia is all about. I'm going to bring up this article here, and this is about a football, or as we call it in Australia, a soccer player who's made a. It's not really made us. Well, he's decided to do something. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it's actually good what he's done. But mate, he is copying a lot of pushback for what he's done. So this player here, I don't even know who he is really. I don't follow Australia soccer, but Marc Guehi. My goodness, I cannot pronounce it. I've got no idea. I think he's actually a African. He's from Africa. Anyway, so this Mark writes, Jesus loves you on the LGBTQ plus armband despite FA warning. So that's a picture of him here. So that's the armband here. So apparently he's yes, he is a Christian. So Mark, I'm not going to say your last name, sorry, Mark, because I can't pronounce it. Mark has ignored a warning from the FA by writing a new message on his rainbow armband in Crystal Palace's clash against Ipswich Town. So, what again? Guehi was slapped with an official caution from the Football Association for scribbling "I love Jesus" on the LGBTQ plus armband against Newcastle. The 24-year-old could now face disciplinary action after defying the FA and writing a second message against Ipswich, which reads "Jesus loves you." So Guhi, however you pronounce it, a devout Christian, has angered the LGBTQ plus community with his behavior, angered them because he wrote something on the armband, with many questioning why he felt the need to deface his armband, while others have defended him over his religious beliefs. Having a pride campaign means absolutely nothing when you do nothing about homophobia. I need to remind people what homophobia is. You break it up. There is no such thing as having a phobia against homosexual people. I don't know anyone who is afraid, has a fear of homosexual people or homosexuality. People might be against it. People might have strong beliefs. But this is the thing. We make up these words and give them new meanings. Homophobia is not a reality. Yeah, it's like Islamophobia. There's no fear. Just people don't like things. People are against some things. People don't believe that you should have some things, shoved in your face. Anyway, homophobia, when push comes to shove. Football fan, whatever, Becky Taylor Gill posted on X. Shameful decision by the FA. Palace manager Oliver Glasner, speaking to Amazon Prime after Palace beat Ipswich, said, I think we should calm it down. Everybody knows Mark. Everybody knows he's a good player. He's a great personality. He's a very humble guy. He wore this. It's LGBT, and everyone now is about integration, no discrimination, and Mark as well. The rainbow-coloured armbands feature the branding of Stonewall's Rainbow Laces campaign in support of the LGBTQ community. They are not considered to be political in any way under the current rules. Well, okay, they aren't. They've changed the rules. They always change the rules just to suit everyone. Everyone in this life, in this world, people just change the rules to whatever makes them comfortable. The fact is, it is political. You go and put the LGBT rainbow, logo all over your shirt. That is flipping political. No matter whether you can change the rules and say, well, no, we don't consider it political anymore. It was yesterday, but today it's no longer political. It's still political. Anyway, according to the International Football Association board, initiative slogans, emblems promoting the game of football, respect and integrity are permitted. After Guehi scribbled "I love Jesus" on his armband against Newcastle, the FA reminded Palace and Guehi about their responsibilities that the appearance of a religious message on any item of clothing is prohibited. I would say that the rainbow symbol, the gay rainbow symbol, is in itself a religious message. That is their own religious message that they are pushing. They follow the religion of promiscuity and lust, and that's their symbol. That's the symbol that's their guiding light, basically. Anyway, so meanwhile, Ipswich captain Sam Morsey, a devout Muslim, has opted to wear a standard armband for the second match running against Palace. So he's Muslim. He doesn't want to wear the LGBTQ. Does he get in trouble for doing that? Like Guehi, Morsey does not wish to wear the rainbow-coloured armband due to his religious beliefs. So Ipswich Town Football Club is committed to being a fully inclusive club that welcomes everyone. At the same time, we respect the decision of our captain, Sam Morsey, who has chosen not to wear the rainbow captain's armband due to his religious beliefs. We will continue to grow an environment where all are valued and respected. At the end of all of this, it seems strange to me where Australia and Australian culture is going. We've decided, at least like I said, our political leaders have decided that they're going to turn their back on Israel. They're going to be pushing for a two-state solution, supporting a two-state solution, which I think is very wrong. I think it's virtually impossible to have a two-state solution, because how can you have a two-state solution when the Palestinian people themselves, when the group that call themselves Palestinians want a one-state solution? They want all the land from the river to the sea. They want the annihilation of the Jewish state. That's what they want. The Israeli government, the Israeli people, they're quite happy to have their state. They actually gave, everyone seems to forget that they gave, Gaza back. They gave it over to, I think it was Egypt, to look after. Egypt didn't want anything to do with it. The same religion, the same people in reality, but they didn't want anything to do with it. So, these Palestinian people are their own worst enemies. Anyway, getting back to the subject, I wonder where Australia is going. We've decided to turn our back on Israel, to turn against Israel, to push a two-state solution, which I think is extremely unbiblical. But, we push this, we continue to push this gay agenda in our society, this extremely woke agenda. Everyone has to wear these stupid armbands, and then someone gets in trouble for writing "I love Jesus" on the armband, or "Jesus loves you" on the armband. I just asked the question, where is Australia going? It seems like we have turned our backs on God. We've turned our backs on the state of Israel. We continue to push the Palestinian two-state agenda, even though the so-called Palestinian people don't want two states. They actually just want one state, their own state. They want the annihilation of Israel, the Jewish race, the Jewish people. But we are so supportive of extremist woke ideology, going off the deep end of woke ideology. Everyone has to run around wearing rainbow armbands. And how dare you write "Jesus loves you" on the armband? Where is Australia going? We have lost the plot as a nation. And I think we are going to go through some extremely harsh times because of it. That's all my opinion. Let me know what you think. I'm Jay Fallon. Thank you for listening to the Slippery Slope.
And say it isn't real, and please don't go away. Just give me one more day. What if I could turn back time? I'd make you smile again. And if I could unbreak your heart, and we could start again. What if I could? What if I could turn back time? I'd make you smile again. And if I could unbreak your heart, and we could start again. We could start again. We could start again. We could start again.